Welcome back, everyone. We have another really great episode of the Indie Reads Aloud podcast for you today. We have a returning children's book author, which is always fun for me because I love when people read out loud. Today, Etaine Raphael has come back to read for us. Etaine, welcome back.
Hi, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're back. I'm really excited about this story you're going to read today. But we'll get into that in a second. First, let me tell everybody a little bit about you.
Sure.
Etaine Raphael is the author-illustrator of the Rhyme Time Twins series. She was born and raised in Washington, D.C., and currently lives with her husband and two daughters in Northern Virginia. Before having children, she worked as a physical therapist at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, mostly with men and women with traumatic amputations from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Etaine now delights in writing and illustrating children's picture books. Her debut book, A Blueberry Day, was released in March 2020, and it introduced readers to the Rhyme Time Twins. In her second book, Words Take Flight, she is excited to add more stories to this series in the coming years. You're going to have 8. Is that what you told me earlier?
Well, yeah. So I'm transitioning to the early chapter books, and they're gonna stay with the Rhyme Time Twins as the main characters, and but start over for a slightly older demographic of like 6 to 9 instead of 4 to 8. So right now I have these 2 children's picture books, and then the characters are hopefully gonna grow a little bit with those kids as they grow.
That's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
So today's book is called Words Take Flight. When twins Chloe and Zoe get teased at their new school for speaking only in rhyme, their mom takes them to play at their favorite park. There, the twins meet a toddler who is also having a hard day. They decide to help cheer him up by including him in their favorite activity, storytelling. Little by little, the whole park becomes their audience. Through their gift of storytelling, Chloe and Zoe share what kindness and friendship mean to them. They also begin to realize how their words bring both comfort and inspiration to those around them. Join Chloe and Zoe as they learn that sometimes the things that set us apart from our peers are actually our greatest gifts. I love the idea behind these books. These are just so much fun.
Thank you.
Before you read, can you tell us a little bit about your favorite part about writing this particular story?
I guess my favorite part for this particular story would be trying to figure out how to have an issue that would appeal to all kids. So I wanted to empower kids through a story and to help build their confidence and self-esteem by making them feel that anything that sets them apart as a difference from their peers is actually a good thing. It can be a good thing if it's nurtured in a good way. So for the twins, of course, nobody really has the issue of rhyming when they speak. So I was hoping to find something that in a more abstract way could apply to everybody instead of making it so specific.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's such a fun idea. It's really fun. I'm really looking forward to this story today. Thanks. When you're ready, please take the microphone and read aloud.
All right.
For those of you listening, jump over to our YouTube channel because Etaine is also going to be sharing the pictures today as she reads. So you'll get to hear it and see it in both formats if that's what you'd like. Etaine, the microphone is yours.
Thank you. All right. It had been the worst day ever for Chloe and Zoe. All day long, they tried to stay calm, but once school was out, their tears fell like rain. Chloe spoke first. Kids mocked us and teased us, Mom, just like we feared. They laughed when we spoke and they called our rhymes weird. We know we can't help that we rhyme when we speak, but it's a huge challenge to be this unique. Zoe tearfully agreed. We do understand, Mom, this is who we are, but we don't fit in. Kids all think we're bizarre. I wish we had magic or knew a great spell to just stop our rhymes and to make school go well. Mom gave them each a big hug. Oh, girls, there is nothing a wizard should do. The magic you need is already in you. Your real friends will love you, not want you to change. Your real friends will make you feel special, not strange. I'm sure there are kids who feel just like you do, who have their own challenges and worries too. So look for the kids who are thoughtful and kind and put all the others right out of your mind. Sniffling, the girls followed Mom into their favorite park. Soon they were happily sliding down the slides and swinging on the swings. When they took a break, Mom asked if they wanted to create a story together. The twins squealed with delight. That was their favorite activity of all. They were about to begin when a young toddler nearby threw his toy to the ground and started to cry. Chloe picked up the toy and handed it back to him. Well, hi, little boy. This looks like a great toy. It even makes noises for you to enjoy. Zoe joined them too. Hello, little one. Join us for some fun. It's story time, and we have not yet begun. At the sound of their friendly sing-song voices, the boy gurgled and cooed. His mother smiled gratefully. Zoe took a deep breath and started their story. There once lived two sisters who rhymed when they spoke. Folks laughed at their ways. They made joke after joke. The sisters felt sad. They just did not belong. They dreamt of a place full of laughter and song, a place full of rhymes, a great magical land. But how could they get there? They thought and they planned. They learned that a clover might be just the key, and lucky green clovers had 4 leaves, not 3. They ran to their yard and they searched all around, but try as they might, one just could not be found. Just then, Chloe saw Josie, a quiet girl from their class. Chloe invited her to join them, and Zoe continued the story. Hope seemed to fade, but just then something gleamed, a charmed 4-leaf clover that sparkled and beamed. The wind picked up quickly, it blew, and down from the sky a sweet alicorn flew. Zoe then passed the story to Chloe, who excitedly started her part. The alicorn landed and said, "Hold on tight." They climbed on her back and then took off in flight. They soared past great cliffs and across the blue sea, laughing and shrieking and shouting out, "Whee!" A few minutes later, their feet touched the ground. They gasped with excitement and gazed all around. The first thing they heard was a beautiful tune. A mermaid was singing down by a lagoon. Then what should they see but an elf standing near? She seemed about their age and giggled with cheer. "Welcome," she said, "to this magical place. I'll be your guide today. My name is Grace. Come, let's explore. Won't you please take my hand? I'll show you both all around my homeland." The sisters could hardly believe their own ears. Grace rhymed when she spoke, and they cried happy tears. Then Grace hugged them tight and took each by the hand. They talked more and played on a beach with pink sand. Grace told them, "Always be true to yourselves and always be kind. That's the way of the elves. Words are your gift, girls. There's no need for shame. We all are unique somehow. No one's the same." The sound of clapping then startled Chloe. Looking out at the crowd, she noticed it had grown even bigger. Giggling in delight, Chloe continued. They held hands again, then white water swirled by. They bounced along rafting through canyons so high. They shrieked as they dropped from a waterfall's crest. Wind whipped through their hair. This whole day was the best. The water then led to a cavern's damp floor. They warmed up a bit, then set off to explore. Bats hung from the ceilings, bears slept on the ground. They even saw crystals that shone all around. Once more they held hands, then opened their eyes. They gasped at the sight of a wondrous surprise. Around them at twilight danced fairies so sweet, who twirled as they twinkled and bopped to the beat. The girls jumped with joy, but remained in the sky. Wings sprung from their backs now. Oh my, they could fly. Oh, this is so good. I wish I could tell a story like you two, squealed Josie. Zoe and Chloe beamed. For the first time, no one was making fun of their words. Instead, they were listening to them, enjoying them. For the first time, the twins truly felt they belonged after all. The next day at school, the children from their class who had listened to Chloe and Zoe at the park now ran over to them at recess. They wanted to hear more stories, and they also wanted to know if the twins could help them create stories of their own. Chloe and Zoe grinned from ear to ear. There was nothing they would enjoy more. And that's the end. Oh, you're on mute, I think, Diana.
See, I was so wrapped up in this story, I forgot to turn my microphone back on. That was so wonderful. I love that you have such a great gift for writing in rhyme. That's something that comes at a great struggle for me. And I'm really impressed with your ability to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a good editor for these stories, and she taught me actually a lot, because for my first few rounds, a friend of mine who was sort of a beta reader would say, well, it makes sense in a meter if I hear it in your voice, but if people don't know your voice, they might not get into the rhythm. And so then I contacted this editor, and she helped me know like the differences in the different meters and how you need to start with a stress on the first or second syllable, no matter what the meter you choose after that is. And I had no idea about that. So it really did help.
The rules of poetry are remarkable,
right?
And I never mastered them well. I did one collection of poetry and I'm done. I'm just done. Thank you so much for coming back on the program. I'm so excited for your new projects. Please come back and share them with us again when they're done.
I'd love to. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Have a great day.
You too.